Ilalim. Santano.
Nice pass.
With a 3 by Marlon Taiwan. Yes!
Our main game on our Labor Day game day here at the Alonte Sports Arena in Biñan, Laguna. We give you our main game, and it's going to be an exciting one for us. John Wilson already getting 2 Player of the Game honors this season, has been terrific, going back to his usual MVP numbers, going up against Kenny Rocacurva, looking to get a win here in their home arena. It's going to be Basilan versus Biñan in front of you here at the Alonte Sports Arena. Magandang gabi mga kaliga. This is Juanito Gregorio alongside Mr. X and O's Coach Mike Perez. Coach, good evening. How excited are you?
Yeah, and alam mo naman, tuwing naglalaro ang Biñan at ang Basilan, there's so much to look forward to. Quality basketball games, a lot of veterans in this match. We'll see what gives.
Of course, we also want to say hi to all of our viewers on YouTube, on Top Sports, and on Solar Sports. Let's talk about Basilan in their last game. This was a game that they came back. Coach Mike, lamang ang kalaban the whole ball game, but eventually their recovery was enough for them to go home with a victory.
And it was very important for them to, try and keep the motor running. They trailed at the half, actually erupted in the for 26 in the third quarter, and Cebu really could not sustain that momentum. Wilson completely taking over in that game, and the back and forth really settled by elite performances and execution by Basilan. You see the 3-point field goals, 15 versus 4, plus 11 more 3-point makes, and that really told on the result of that match.
Well, whoever hold the basketball, whoever was open, was able to make a 3-pointers, 15 threes. That's just so hard to beat. Coach Mike, kapag ang kalaban mo nakaka-15 na 3-pointers. Pag-usapan naman natin ang Biñan. On the other end, itong Biñan continues to want to get into the scoring column even though they've been struggling. They were able to get that win over Negros.
Yeah, jumped to an 18-11 lead in the first quarter, never looked back, went to a balanced attack, steady control. The bench was a huge help. And you see that 42-5 number, that's all it really says about that quality of game. So many guys stepping up for Biñan in that game.
More than half of the points of the team coming from the bench. Itong Biñan Tatakgel. This game, they are in their home team. It is Labor Day. We are having a packed venue. So it's an exciting ball game for all of us. It's turning over to Richard Campos.
MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball.
Hello everyone, it's Labor Day and we're bringing the action live on Solar Sports, Tap Sports and YouTube channel here at Alonte Sports Arena in the city of Biñan, Laguna. It's Basilan Steel versus Biñan Tatakgel. Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 8, ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. Let's carry on the starting 5 for Basilan Steel. At forward number 12, Tyron Chan. Center number 25, Miles Canyal. At forward number 11, John Wilson. Guard number 10, Puroy Cantimbuhan. Also at guard number 1, Robin Ronyo. Their head coach is Arnold Oliveros, assisted by JC Poronda, Bobby Dick de los Santos, Andre Oliveros, and Jay De La Cruz. Executive Director, Matt David. Team Manager, Monsalve. And now, for your Biñan Tatakgel Beast Motorcycle Tire Mega Wagi. At point guard, number 0, Pamboy Raimundo. Forward number 4, Warren Bonifacio. Also at forward number 88, Kenny Rocacurva. Guard number 77, JJ Biñan. Pido. Coming in at center number 15, Pinoy Sakuragi, Mark Pingris. They are led by Boyet Fernandez. Assistant coaches, Gino Manansala, Gino Manuel, Eliazar Gabotota, Mac Cardona, J.R. Manansala, and KG Canaleta. The team managers, John Ray Gagnola and Roel Condo. LGU partner,
Starting
Mayor
five
Jen
brought to you
Ronde.
by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Basilan will be starting with John Cantimbuhan, Robin Ronyo, Miles Canyal, John Wilson, and Tyrone Chan on the other end. Ito namang Biñan will be starting with JJ Pido, Mark Pingris, Warren Bonifacio, Kenny Rocacurva, and their point guard, Pamboy Raimundo. Happy Labor Day, everybody. We bring you the main game on our Labor Day game day here at the MPBL. We're live here in the City of Life in Biñan, Laguna. Juanito Gregorio alongside Coach Mike Perez on the court side. Later on, we have Andrea Endicio. Main game right here, Biñan. Ido on the first play, turnover.
Well, very quickly turning that ball over. At alam mo naman itong Biñan, ang pinaka-komportable para sa kanila, half-court set talaga eh. And so that slow grind, kind of things in the paint, defensive stops, that really is more to the liking of Biñan.
Canyal hands it off to Ronyo. Give it up. Wilson looking to fish for a foul. No whistle by a referee. Numbers. Rocacurva goes to JJ. Bonifacio, he liked that angle.
Yeah.
Early make for Warren Bonifacio.
Gusto ni Warren Bonifacio na yun, yung mga ganun, yung step in, catch and shoot situation. Kind of like how he was when he was with Pasay.
2-0 on the favor of Biñan early on. Wilson gets the whistle on the second time. He fished for a foul.
And Wilson is always going to be trying to find his shots. And kaya nakikita mo si Robin Ronyo kausap si John Wilson. I think they're talking about how he can effectively set him up in spots on the floor that he can actually score.
John Wilson gets the first free throw. Let's talk about the numbers of John Wilson, coach. He has been tremendous here in the season, looking like his MVP face.
Yes.
Itong si John Wilson.
And he's always been, the number of games that they played spoke a lot about how he's been, you know, very consistent para dito sa Basilan. Sure, you talk about the Gab Cometa, no, but always there is that presence of John Wilson. And 4 games, 4 starts, roughly about 30 minutes per game for John. Highly used when it comes to the offensive end. And you talk about effective field goal shooting. That's close to 70%. And napakataas niyan for a veteran like John Wilson.
Well, the numbers of John Wilson, 23.3 points a game, 9 rebounds, and
1.5 assists.
1.5 assists in 30 minutes of play at his age. Coach Mike, that is terrific numbers for John Wilson.
Tsaka yung plus minus niya na mga halos 5 yan per game. And so you always, you know, anticipate that he is going to be a part of the scoring production para dito sa Basilan.
Pingris, high up top. Gives it to Kenny Rocacurva. 2-man game. Rocacurva stops, pops, and drops for Kenny Rocacurva.
One of the very few times, based on my observation, that you would see Kenny Rocacurva on a 2-man action end up as the handler taking a shot from the outside. He normally, gusto niya yung pababa downhill siya yung atake sa paint.
Robin Ronyo on the other end. Goes to Miles Canyal. He's been working on that shot, but it's a miss for Miles Canyal. Pamboy looking for an early screen. He uses that drag. Gives it to Ping. Kicks it out. Rocacurva. 13 on the shot clock. They go down low to Warren. He likes the matchup. They go back to JJ. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Pido. Hard attack. Over. Foul on Ken Rocacurva.
Well, previous to that shot by Pido, you see Warren Bonifacio right there on the low block with Kenny Rocacurva on the wing. He was not budging to give that spot to Kenny kasi alam niya kaya niyang kargahan si Miles Canyal. And whenever you feel that you have an advantage in one side of the floor, you got to hang on to it and ask for the ball.
42 in favor of Biñan. Wilson.
Ooh.
Oh, couldn't get a handle of that basketball. Stolen by J.J. Pito all alone for that play.
The Mapua graduate, an engineer. Kasi, kaya sukat na sukat lahat ng ano niya.
I didn't know that. One of the best engineering schools we have here. Hindi ko lang nalaman na engineering graduate pa na to, si J.J.
Oh, alam mo kung kanino ko nalaman yun? Kay Mix.
Kay
Mix
Gomez.
Mix Gomez. When we were covering, sabi niya, Coach Mike, you're from Mapua, right? Yes. Pino's from there.
Oh, Mark Pingris all alone. One-on-one single coverage. Mark Pingris powers through.
It's no different from an Eric Campson down on the low block. Alam mong pupwestohan ka niya sa ilalim and it will be tough to go at him in that paint.
Tyron Chan misses on a 3 on the other end. Tyron Chan used to play for Coach Boyet Fernandez when they were still in Pasig.
Oh, I
So an
really
interesting
recall that.
matchup. Warren Bonifacio getting a good position down low.
Actually, kakampi niya to si Kenny Rocacurva, tsaka si Mike Maestre.
Last break of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. John Wilson not able to handle a fast break and lay coming from JJ.
And the engineer finishing it off with a left hand after missing an undergoal layup earlier. And JJ Pido has hung around for Biñan, one of the trusted guards. Tala ito naman si Warren Bonifacio. Came in last season. And pretty much that second Mark Pingris type of player.
Strong start for Biñan. First 4 minutes of the ball game, they've already gotten 8 points. Although Warren Bonifacio missing on first free throw, gets the second 9-2 in favor of your Tatakjel.
Warren Bonifacio, 4 games played, started in a couple of them. The shooting has not been so good. And, very rarely does he get touches on the offensive end. John Wilson.
John Wilson still continues his hot streak here in the season. 5 points already in the first quarter, all 5 coming from John.
Legit scorer talaga catching it on the move and just taking it.
Coach, off a catch, off a dribble. If you're John Wilson, everything is just so comfortable.
Look at that.
Look at him, get that steal. John Wilson stops, pops. Long for John Wilson. Kantimbuan keeps it alive. He goes, he finds a cutter in Tyron Chan. And Tyron able to finish.
Wow, what a pass by Puroy Kantimbuhan. Going on that baseline drive, thinking he was going under goal the underneath, but look at that. Finding that seam and getting that possession over to Tyron Chan. Good pass, good cut.
No, I do want to see that highlight on our top plays of the day.
Oh, please, please.
Tyron Chan able to finish. 9-8, Basilan with a 6-0 run. King up top. They go to that staggered screen to the elevator. John Wilson able to follow. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Pamboy goes to ping. Binalik. 2 seconds. Are they aware? Pamboy able to float.
Well, if you see Biñan taking a lot of their time when it comes to attacking, as you see this quick move by Puroy Kantimbuhan. The majority of their shots really have come from either mid of the shot clock, yung middle na 8 seconds, or dun sa last. Very rarely do they attack in the first 8.
What an extra pass to JJ Pido. Gets one dribble in. Short para kay JJ Pido. Tyron pushing the ball. 1 versus 5. They decide to slow things down. A lot of time on the shot clock. Hand off to Robin Ronyo. Roro with the drive. Extra
Nice
pass.
pass.
John. Miles on a corner. Short. Rebound by JJ Pido.
Ganda ng ball movement, wala lang shot na napasok doon sa pagkakataon niya.
LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Pick and pop. Not good para dito kay Warren Bonifacio.
And that shooting percentage continues to drop so far for Warren Bonifacio. You really hope, as a fan of Warren, that he gets back to those usual, accuracy from the outside. Oh my!
John Kantimbuhan, that Euro step from Muntinlupa to Biñan, and then the gets the foul to have this four-man substitution para sa Basilan. The game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook. The MPBL sees that he had the speed advantage versus Juan Bonifacio.
Oo. Parang Pinoy step collab na ano no? Euro eh.
Pinoy Euro. Phil Euro step.
Yes. Baka naman may terminology si Andrea dyan. Hindi na natin alam.
Mamaya, makakantahan pa ni Andrea.
Kalookan 2K tayo kanina no?
Pamboy gets it over to JJ. Kenny. That's a slow shot for Kenny, a set shot.
Right.
A miss, Gab Cometa. The young up-and-coming guard of Basilan Steel coming off the St. Benil Blazers. Gives it to Loresto. Villarias, Toto, can't find. Open for the three. Loresto just a little too short. John Wilson. Wow! John Wilson. 8 points in the first quarter for your former MVP in John Wilson.
2 out of 3 from 3, and those last 2 were not that easy at all.
It's a bailout shot coming from John Wilson, but still able to finish.
Yeah.
Mike Mabula.
They go to that flex. They go to that back pick.
Two-man game between Roca Curva. There's no foul call. Did he get it off in time? Referee Alan Manzano saying he did not get it off in time. Watch this once again. The 3 by Loresto. It's an air ball. The tap of Warren Bonifacio was right on time para kay John Wilson.
Yeah. Sakto lang yung pagkakadating ni John doon, trying to get that possession to their end and let go of that 3.
Now, JV Casio getting his first dose of minutes in the ball game.
Yeah, and then JV Casio, another sniper for Basilan Steel.
Basilan looking to surprise another Southern team here. Cometa, straight line, foul, basket against Renzo Subido.
How about this young man in Gab Cometa? He got that pass. Not even a hesitation on that shot attempt, and he got guarded by Renzo Subido real good. And ito si Gab Cometa, in the 4 games that he's played, he started in 1. 30% of the time he's involved in the offense, and his shooting is close to 60% effective field goal. He shoots the ball very well also on the line for a true shooting form, about 67.
One of the best guys coming off the bench para dito sa Basilan Steel. Not even just for Basilan Steel. Let's talk about the whole league. One of the best guys that comes off the bench is Gab Cometa.
Oh.
Funny enough, coach, you know who player reminds me of Gab Cometa?
Oh.
It's Renzo Subido.
Oh, yeah.
The way he scores, the way he provides. Whoa, what a slam! Jello Loresto, right place, right time.
Lorista right there, really see that jump over the 2 feet. Mike Mabulak trying to take it back. J. Margimpayan will miss. They're off to the races once again.
MANNY paid the digital wallet built for the community. Cometa defended by Renzo Subido, almost the same play style. Toto. Too long for Toto. Oh, almost a travel. Casio gets a step in, stops, pops, long. Rebounded by Mike.
Well, they're taking shots, but if you're Basilan now, you're Coach Arnold, you love that they're going after those offensive rebounds.
Arlo gives it up to Mike. He likes the matchup against Bobby Balucana, his former teammate.
Yep.
Too long, too strong. Finishing with the left is Mike Mabula.
Teammates back in the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. I'm sure they played a lot of scrimmages.
Loristo hands it off. Iyak to Benil. Stops, pops. Long para dito kay Gab Cometa. Subido this time around. Goes to Mike. Short jumper.
Oh, wow.
Can't finish. Wow, Toto Villarias coming off nowhere.
These Rice Vanguard guys playing on the floor right now. Playing like they have something to prove.
You know, Coach, they're playing like that because probably somewhere along the crowd, nanonood pa rin si Coach
Gerson.
Gavites.
Tama ka naman.
Congratulations, Coach Gerson. But let's watch this slam. Right place, right time. Chelo Risto.
You know that the guy's got hops when he jumps that way and almost looks like effortless.
10 seconds on the first quarter game clock. 6. Gab Cometa forces his way. Step through. Wow! Tough shot for Gab Cometa. Able to finish with an 8-point lead here to end the first quarter.
Boy, do we have a ton of highlights for this particular game day. A lot of them earlier in the first 2 games, and this one never short of it. John Wilson losing that ball, which was the first layup attempt. The make para dito kay JJ Pido. And then, you know, the shooting just keeps on going. Para dito sa Basilan steal. John Wilson hitting a couple as well. And really just overall movement, very active. And Luistro, just a jam underneath.
We started this game 8-2 in favor of Biñan, but Basilan with the steal with this 18-5 run to end the first quarter 2013.
You are still watching the MPBL. For a veteran-filled team like Biñan, who would have thought that they're actually giving more focus and working on their free throws? Sabi nga ni Coach Boyet Fernandez, it's actually something that is often taken for granted at facing a team like Basilan, which has the right mix and a really good offensive team on their side. Every point should count. Lalo na daw at this point whereby are still working on their defensive schemes at one page since they revamped. Of course, maraming players coming from different programs. But speaking of revamp, Coach Boyet is happy seeing his former player in Tyron Chan in good hands and actually playing well here in Basilan. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Andrea. You know, Coach, it's funny because what a good finish coming from Bobby Balocana. But I do remember Coach Boyet being one of the better free throw shooters during his day.
Yeah.
And yun ang struggle ngayon itong Biñan here in the season.
And ako as a bedista, when he went in and became the coach of San Beda, I said to myself, this is going to be I guess a new generation of coaches. You see Coach Frankie Lim, you know, of course, you know, grew up with Coach Atoba Dolato, and to have his name to be part of that list of legendary coaches from San Beda speaks really just highly of the kind of coach that Coach Boyet has been.
Right now, though, they are down by 9 points here in the first half, 22-13. Just a good start coming from Coach Arnold and the rest of the Basilan steal. Doristo goes out to JV, far out. JV, that's a good line, but too long. Byron, wow, Toto Villarias. The outside game has always been in favor of Basilan. That's 3-pointer number 4 for the steal.
Too many shooters. You know, you have JV Casio taking that shot earlier. This time, Byron Villarias, it's his turn. A lot of air under that shot and finding a 3-point make.
Basilan up by 12 here with 9 minutes remaining in the second.
Steps back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal! That way is going to even up the game. 9 in the final of the game. Can they make magic? White House wins the game!
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph.
I just want to get a quick greet to the ROTY basketball team, the team of Bridal Cobacub with Joshua Arevalo. Of course, Kian Baclan is also part of that team here in Muntinlupa. MJ Homo of Biñan, Mumon de la Cruz, and Leonard Santiago of Pasay. As well as, of course, Coach Warren Kapitan of Batangas, always watching and scouting the teams.
Well, these are both Southern Division teams, so
Yeah.
I'm sure that maraming coaches ang nanonood sa atin. Shout out to everybody. Either you are watching enjoyably or you are scouting.
Oo.
It's a Labor Day Friday. Our main game here in the MPBL. Juanito Gregorio at your service alongside Coach Mike Perez and Andrea Endisho. 25-13, 8:43 remaining in the second quarter. Subido. Steps back. Can't find the three. They go down low. Toto Villarias reading that lane.
Look at our shooters that you have out on the perimeter. JV Casio, Villarias, and Gab Cometa. Oh my.
That is a tough shot coming from Toto Villarias. 5 points in the final minute. Para dito kay Toto, extending the lead to 14.
Never run out of shooters if you're Basilan. Especially when these guys start, getting hot inside.
Soriano.
Nice move.
Robert Soriano with that hop step.
As I look at this guard-on-guard situation here with Renzo and Gab Cometa, I will have to agree with you. They definitely, it's like playing in front of a mirror.
No, even their tats almost look exactly the same. Lastimosa for 3. It's long. Rebounded by Mike. Oh, no foul is called on JV Casio. 2 versus 1. Toto hesitates, drives, one-hander. 7 points para kay Byron Villarias here in the second quarter.
You see that control by Byron, didn't force it. He was tempted to take that 3, but says, we can take it a little bit closer.
No panic on the end of Biñan. Kick out. Carlo Lastimosa gets the 3.
Quick one from Carlo Lastimosa. Trying to egg on his team.
29-18 favor of Basilan. What a good start, especially here in the second quarter. JV drops it down. Bobby versus Jopet. Left hand. Short para kay Bobby. Matakbo ang Biñan. Gives it out to Renzo. He likes that shot. Renzo Subido gets the 3.
Kilala mo.
That used to be my job, to close out on the Renzo Subido early 3. I was always unsuccessful, and here in the pros, whoever close out, ganun pa rin. Renzo Subido very comfortable from the outside.
And in that instance, it was Gab Cometa's turn to be unsuccessful in closing out on a made 3 by the Renzo Subido.
29-21, a 6-0 run in favor of Biñan, but Basilan is still up by 8. Fast break of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
Well, this is that moment that Byron says, nah, I still got a good lane. I'm not taking that 3. Drove in, one-hander, finished kissing glass.
Toto Villarias reminded me a little bit of a James Yap on that last play with that one-hander, but more importantly, they're still well in control here. They put in McCoy Marcos to provide quality minutes. Bobby Balocana, hands it off. Toto Villarias. Oh, pero been a good line para kay Toto. Matakbo itong Biñan. Cross court. Damian Lasco. Strong drive. Fouled hard by McCoy Marcos to not allow any easy layup para kay Damian Lasco.
A couple of hard-nosed players right there. Of course, McCoy is always going to be getting involved, especially if you actually drive against him, you beat him inside the paint. He's going to try and take it back, and ganun rin naman to si Damian Lasco, who in the very early years that I got to cover him, I know deep inside he really is a scorer.
This guy is hard-nosed, very strong, can provide you defensive abilities, and has a good pull-up and drive. Manny paid the digital wallet built for the community.
You, of course, are familiar with Damian kasi alam ko QC siya, diba?
Yes, I think I got to play with him a few times in a couple of leagues. I tried out with the same teams. Pero obviously, sa lakas ni Damian Lasco, naglalaro na siya. Ako, nandito, napo-cover.
Mas makwento ka naman.
Daldal na lang ang puhunan.
May mga bagay na talagang gifted tayo.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a foul here, a double foul. The referees are trying to to limit the physicality because medyo itong dalawang teams na to, coach, alam natin na talagang pisikalan itong dalawang to.
Eh, sa dami ng veterano dito sa team na to, eh, malamang na ganyan ang mangyayari. Ito, kita mo naman, Mike Mabulak and Miles Cañal. Actually, even before, I think a couple of possessions before, you know, Mike was saying some things to the officials about how he's being played.
Turnover. Biñan is running. Mabulak, lefty. Short. Rebounded by Jopet. Kicks it out. The drive si Lastimosa. It's a good spin. They're trying to clog the lane. Good defense by Basilan. Mike sees an opening.
One more.
Third try. Mike Mabulak still in and out for Biñan. And you feel it with the crowd reacting to every miss.
Well, they were reacting because, one, it's Mike Mabulak up that close. Normally, he knocks it down, you know, about 14 feet in front of the rim.
Bauzon. Good addition on the side of Basilan, adding to a lot of talented bigs.
Oh, yeah.
The two there.
And then tsaka si Bauzon is a very mobile big. No? That actually has good perimeter jumpers as well and can stretch his defense outside. If you need bangers inside, he too can do that. Oh.
Charge and drop it.
Yeah. And speaking of Bedan coaches, Coach Arnold is also a Bedan.
Okay.
Oh, si
He
Arnold
played
Oliveros.
or did he?
I think he played. He played for San Beda
Very
before.
interesting.
Yeah.
Actually did not.
You should see his mixtape. It's good.
If you guys need a lot of San Beda history, Coach Mike is your guy. And he is very proud every time a San Beda player or coach.
Just as you are about UP.
Yes, that's right. Mike Mabulak gives it up to Carlo Lastimosa.
Reject.
He's pressured hard. There's a switch. Carlo likes the one-on-one against Miles. Crosses over. Hesitates. Double cross. Gives it up to Mike.
Nice pass.
Good drop. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Jopet defended well. 4 versus 2. McCoy uses his body. It's gonna be a charge on McCoy Marcos. Would have been a good 4 versus 2.
Yeah. I think that's because of the extent. That shoulder to chest might have been okay, but there was that slight push as he extended his arm.
Here, that push coming from McCoy Marcos.
Yeah,
that left arm, merong tulak. It was a good decision. Just a little bit not the best execution.
Ikaw ba, when you drive, you do that?
Hindi masyadong. Walang tinatamaan ko. Pino-floater ko na lang.
No. Mga ano, you know, mga pang catch the defense, surprise, yeah.
Carlo Lastimosa with a 3. Off to the right. He gets it back and gets the foul in the basket. Gets the 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Oh, nakuha niya yun. He stayed with his shot, but, you know, again, yung pag-box out ni Warren Bonifacio. A little bit tight on that shot. Missed it a little bit to the right. But Warren Bonifacio kept that rock in the front court of Biñan, and just a good pickup by Carlo.
Carlo Lastimosa in this game. That's going to be point number 5 para dito kay Carlo Lastimosa. Extreme ang subok at kompleto ang appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Biñan cuts the lead to 5. They were down earlier by as much as 13. Here in this ball game.
That's right.
Miles tried to go back door, but the denial of Kenner Curva not allowing that.
How about the extended minutes of John Wilson, though? Talagang ano, no? Leading the way. Miles Cañal now gets the bench.
It doesn't allow any. He's averaging 31 minutes, not allowing anyone to score. Offense and defense para kay John Wilson.
Tsaka bibiliban mo yung tagal ng laro niya, yung longevity. Another steal right here, out in the open.
Bauzon goes high up top, challenged hard, but too long, too strong, too good. Is Jonel Bauzon getting the finish, extending the lead to 7.
And that's what we meant when we said that Bauzon can actually play outside, play length of the floor, get a contact inside. He definitely can absorb, and right there out in the open on a good finish.
Not see Jerry Cruz on the bench right now of Basilan, so do expect a lot of minutes para dito kay Jonel Bauzon.
And when you play for Basilan, of course, there's a lot of pride involved, you know, as representing Basilan. This province also loves their basketball, just like the other teams that we have.
Another rebound coming from John Malzon. Wilson using an early screen with Tyrone Chan. Finds the cutter. There's a push coming from Pamboy.
Grabe yung pag-gather ni, ni John Wilson. Right off, as he came off that screen, didn't even, give a step away. Right on that instance. That he used that screen of Tyrone Chan. Quickly understood that there was going to be that cut by Poroy Kantimbuhan.
Coach Boyet Fernandez looking for new energy here. Ato Barba getting his first few minutes of play. Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. J. Mark Malyari also entering the ball game. One guy we're not seeing is Nick Caballero coming off a stint in its Asian Beach game where they won. Ito si Nick Caballero.
Ang sarap naman nun. Nag-basketball ka na, nagbiyahe ka pa, nakapamasyal ka pa,
Nanalo ka pa.
nanalo ka pa. Saan ka pa?
Representing pride and country is always something good.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna give him a lot of rest here. Though he said earlier with me, he is ready to provide good minutes if he's given the opportunity. Let's see kung ano ang decision ni Coach Boyet. He is in the lineup. Robin goes to Tyrone. 9-point lead para sa Basilan. Buroy. Kay John Wilson, 8 seconds. We go to Jello Loristo. 3 seconds. Kantimbuhan forced to throw it out. Would have been a good line, Coach.
Look good.
The call will be a foul on Ato Barba. Yun yung mga slow hip push na kunyari hindi
kunyari wala kang
makikita.
ginagawa. Ang ginagawa, agad nakataas yung kamay mo pero yung paa mo medyo may ginagawa.
Medyo tumutulak na, hindi obvious, but it's...
Basta na yung kapiraso na lang outside na, alam mo yun.
Let's watch this again. Look at Ato. Slow push, slow push, slow push. Ayun, musog yung kaliwang paa. Buti na lang, the referee was sharp enough to see that push. Hindi rin naman kinontra ni Ato Barba. Alam niya yung ginawa niya.
Alam niya.
Robin Ron again the first free throw.
And Josie John is a good kid. He's one of the local heroes here down the south. I believe he's either from Biñan or San Pedro. He played for, what, Lyceum ba?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the veteran scorers coming from the Lyceum Pirates. Ooh, it's us. Happy Labor Day, everybody.
Happy Labor Day, everyone.
And we do hope that everybody is enjoying and resting well from this Labor Day weekend. Basilan is up with 2 minutes and 5 remaining second quarter. This was our pre-game earlier on as Mark Pingris with the assist. Usually it's a rebound, a block, and the score. Pero early on, Mark Pingris giving us that assist.
Yeah, one of the best assists of his life.
Let's first turn it over to our courtside, Andre Andisio.
Been in the industry long enough pero kung meron daw na bago with regard to how Mark Pingris prepares every game, ngayon mas kailangan niya na raw ng mas mahabang pahinga. Nonetheless, everything stays the same. Since then, before every game, he focuses on leg workouts, no meat, only fish, veggies, and soup. Nothing heavy but can be filling. And last but definitely not the least, lots and lots of good vibes. Kwento niya, noon pa lang he has always been an easygoing guy. He might be all focused and all in pag di kita na, but as much as possible, he wants to keep things light around him. Sabi nga niya, mas masarap maglaro pag masaya ka. Tama naman, di ba, Juanito and Coach Mike?
That's right. Thank you for that, Andre. Actually, Coach, kwento ko lang, when he was recovering from an ACL injury, I was doing my internship at the Moro Lorenzo Sports inside Ateneo. I was handling Mark Pingres as one of the patients there during his recovery. This guy, you would know when he enters. Kasi ang dami na niyang kwento. Lahat kukulitin niya, either intern ka or co-injured ka or even former players. Actually, kasabay niya mag-recover nun si Jason Ballesteros, which is his teammate. Pero si Jason tahimik lang eh. Mark Pingres had stories with each and every one of us. So talk about positive vibes. Si Kuya Ping talaga, one of the most positive and really a guy that's, you know, brings just positive vibes to wherever he is.
At saka kahit sa warm-up, you see he sometimes gets you know, into conversations with fans in the All-Star, in the opening day here. He was playing around with kids. He had 3 right there in the corner. And alam mo na itong si Mark Pingres talagang kuwela, ika nga.
Well, here he is still providing a lot of quality minutes. He started the game. He's averaging 6 points and 7 rebounds a ball game. But right now, they are down by 14 points. They cut this down to 5, but Basilan with an answer. Kenny looking for a screen with Jamar. 2-man game. Kenny, 8 seconds. Ato, Barba on the corner. Good line, but too long. 2 seconds. Kenny, last second. And Waray Gimpayan. A good cut to end the quarter. And able to cut the lead down to 12 here in the second quarter.
A perfect timing right there. This at the end of the day really has got to be chemistry. Knowing if your teammate is in a situation where it's tough for him to score, you gotta make yourself available. And Jamar Gimpayan, so many times he's done that with Kenny.
And Jamar Gimpayan, and that's a very big shot for them to cut into the lead, but they are down by 12 entering the second half.
White House steps back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal! That way is going to even up the game. 9 in the final moment of the game. Can they make magic? White House wins the game!
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
All right. Yes, mga kaliga, it's time for the Sports Plus Clutch Time Challenge. At dahil may nanalo na ng ating 1,000,000 kamakailan, our prize pot will reset to 100,000 pesos at every game day na walang makaka-complete ng challenge. Madadagdagan ng 50,000 pesos ang ating prize hanggang sa umabot uli ito ng 1,000,000 pesos. And for today, our prize pot is 250,000 pesos. Tawagin na natin yung ating challenger, si Edmund Roluna of Santa Rosa. Mukhang ready na si Edmund Roluna. You will be given 45 seconds to complete a layup, a free throw, 3-point shot, and a half-court shot. Kapag na-shoot mo lahat ng yan, in 45 seconds, you will win 250,000 pesos from the official sports book of the MPBL Sports Plus. Are you ready for the Sports Plus Clutch Time Challenge? 3, 2, 1, go! Kalahati ng 1,000,000, ha? 250,000 yan. Edmund Roluna, 35 seconds, lots of time. Pero maganda, ma-shoot mo na kagad para makabuelo mamaya sa half court. Come on, 29 seconds left. Yakang-yakang mo yan, Edmund. Pasok. Sa 3-point naman, konting bilis. 19 seconds left. Talagang sinisiguro ni Edmund Roluna ng Santa Rosa. Baka kulang sa palakpakan. Come on! Palakpakan naman! Ayan sinasabi ko. Eto na, 7 seconds. 5, ihagis mo ng mabuti. Edmund Roluna, 250K. Higa natin. Hey! Muntik na. Talaga naman, napakahusay ni Edmund Roluna. Muntik na sa kanyang last attempt. You will be going home with Sports Plus merch Once again, thank you for joining at sa ating mga kaliga. Check out the Sports Plus FB page to find out how you can join at baka ikaw na ang susunod na winner ng Sports Plus Clutch Time Challenge.
Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na, yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na, yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas, at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Ang bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na, yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat baya'y di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao.
White House steps back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal! That way is going to even up the game. 9 in the final moments of the game. Can they make magic? White House wins the game!
Win the game. Easy long with Force Plus.
Back here in the MPBL, halftime here on our final game. Basilan still leading by 12 points against your Biñan Mega Wagi, and Coach Mike Basilan has just been controlling this ball game.
Oh, only because they've been more efficient in making shots. The 42%, maybe 3 more field goal makes, pero napakalaging halaga na yan in a very close match like this one. Rebounds pretty much staying almost even para dito sa dalawa. The turnovers that were forced by Basilan on Biñan, they really took advantage of, to which they got 8 more points than that of Biñan. And the bench, you know, guys coming off, sila Gab Cometa, etong sila Loristo, who else? different guys really contributing. Bauzon, Byron Villarreal knocking down those threes and giving this lead for Basilan.
And the outside game continues to give an advantage para dito sa Basilan. We saw them get that win against Cebu because of the outside game. They made 15 three-pointers, and here they continue to pound on the outside game. Three-pointer story here in the ball game. Basilan with a couple, 5 three-pointers in total. John Wilson leading the way with 2 three-pointers. Byron Villarreal getting a 1 as well. Gab Cometa with a 3. On the other end, scoring has been a problem. The leading scorer, Carlo Lastimosa, 6 points all in the second quarter. Mabulak with 4, Warren Bonifacio with 4, Renzo Chubido with 3. Coach, what does Biñan have to do here in the third quarter if they want to run back, especially here in front of their home court?
Well, it really is about making shots. Their offensive inefficiencies, they only have, what, 32% field goal shooting. Really a struggle to find quality shots for them, even in the perimeter. Sobrang cold. And when you saw earlier those couple of missed shots by Mike Mabulak, that pretty much has been the story from the perimeter. And then again, you cannot allow itong Basilan for their defense to create their offense, because they're running the other end every time they commit a mistake. So you got to be able to take good care of the ball and not turn over that rock.
Here starts here the third quarter, our Labor Day game day here at Biñan.
I want to get a quick shout out to some of good friends from San Pedro, Laguna, specifically the Dayaday family. Jonathan and Janet with their kids, Jerel and Jillian, and of course the parents of my good buddy Jonathan Dayaday, Sir Tommy and Ma'am Elsa, who are right now in Langgam in San Pedro, Laguna. Happy viewing to you and hope you enjoy the matches.
Start the third quarter, going back to the match. Carlo Lastimosa with the cut and alley-oop coming from Mike Mabulak. This play of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Carlo Lastimosa getting that three-point play.
Alam mo yung kwento niyan ng mga Dayaday, kasama ko sila dati sa work yan. And one of their sons, I went to their house and he was surprised that I was covering games here in the MPBL. And so I told him, sige, babatiin kita. Sabi ko sa kanya, kay Jerel, I was gonna greet you. And he says, hindi naman ikaw yun eh. And so I greeted him in one of the games.
Ngayon, magugulat sila.
No, I greeted them already in one of the games when I was with Ken. And so he still says, parang hindi pa rin siya sigurado na ako yun.
Maganda daw boses mo on air.
But Jerel, this is really me, okay?
Happy viewing.
Happy
to
viewing.
Everybody on our Labor Day game day. Kendrick Curva gives it up. Hands it off. Lastimosa looking for teammates here. Lastimosa stops. The miss coming from Carlo.
Well, this is what we meant earlier with them, you know, not letting that defense create offenses.
Someone's down. Someone's holding on to his knee.
That's Waray Gimpayan.
Gimpayan holding on to his knee, but he's back on the floor. He's limping and trying to fight it through. Okay lang. Tatama ulit dito kay Waray Gimpayan. There might be a knee-to-knee collision on Waray Gimpayan. He seems to be
hobbling.
He is hobbling here. It's going to be a substitution for Waray Gimpayan. It's going to be Jopet Soriano.
Ano mo, heading into that contact na nangyari dun sa foul na yan sa corner, you immediately would have to recognize the effort of a John Wilson to be playing defense. And overall, the first half really is about the defense of etong Basilan.
There's going to be a challenge by Coach Arnold here. 40 to 31 with 8 and 30 seconds. 8 minutes and 36 seconds left. We'll be back.
After the review, the challenge was unsuccessful. The ball stays with Biñan.
Successful challenge para dito sa Basilan. Watch here once again. It's John Wilson asking for that review here. Yeah, obviously he hits Waray Gimpayan. They're on a push.
Yeah, tama naman. Tumama naman talaga yung ano. Kahit pa momentum yun, he still was, got in there with Waray.
Drop pass stolen. Carlos Simosa forcing that issue. John swings it over. Toto, straight line, and
Yeah.
Toto continues to tear here in this ball game.
Left arc 3. Yun ang specialty ni Waray, nito ni Byron Villarreal. Hit one earlier in the first half, couple of them on that side.
Even on a moving,
Yep.
ito si Toto Villarreal, just really a natural shooter. Former teammate in
There
Pamboy
you go.
answers back.
I always thought of Pamboy Raimundo as a very good shooter from the outside. Kaya lang it's his role of being a point guard. A 3 again on its way, this time will miss. Yung role of a point guard, doon na lilimit yung scoring kay Pamboy Raimundo.
Kenny on the other end. Court touch screen by Mike
My
Mapulak.
goodness.
And from right to left, Kenny Rocacurva. That was a tough finish.
Yeah, took off on the right and finished with the left. A lefty dribbling the ball with the right hand. Galing.
Looking like a young Manu Ginobili
Oh.
in that play. Wilson drops it down. Tyrone. They give it back. Byron Villarreal in this ball game.
What's that quote by Kobe Bryant? Any snipers in the room? Oh my God, there's so many of them here for Basilan. And they're playing defense.
Three-pointer number 7 for Basilan in the ball game. Watch this once again, coach.
See that quick pass and that drive this time by Kenny Rocacurva sa kabila, kinuha. Mantalang eto naman yung skip, one more pass and just a catch and shoot.
There's nothing really you can do there. Well defended, but just terrific offense coming from Byron Villarreal. Short roll for Mike Mabulak. Gets it through.
Yun yung sinasabi ko na Mike Mabulak, front of the rim, that close. Matic na yan dapat eh. Kaya lang kanina yung dalawang mintis niya, very unlike misses for Mike Mabulak. Stagger on that flex.
Stolen by Ken Rocacurva. They're going to call a travel here. Couldn't get the control of the basketball. It's Ken Rocacurva.
I feel Kenny might have a case. I thought his hand got hit, pero blindside eh.
Once again, a two-man game. Short roll, that pocket pass coming from Pamboy Raimundo.
Veteran move when it comes to that role, holding that screen for a little bit.
Let's turn you over first to our courtside, Andre and Dito.
During halftime, it wasn't really a nice atmosphere inside the dugout of Biñan. They said they had a good start but wasn't able to sustain, lalo na when it comes to defense. The coaches explained how they weren't able to get their desired outcome when the players are switching. Containing the shooters of Basilan team has also been a struggle. Although the players came out of the dugout with a blank face, their Kuya Mark Tingres, of course, kept the fire alive. Kaya naming habulin yan with all confidence with his team. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that. Andrea, so far it hasn't been still the best third quarter. There has been knocks on the side of Biñan, but the run has not been there. That's why they want to put in their energy guy. This was the spin move by Mike Mabulak. This might have a case for unsportsmanlike.
First off, I want to apologize to Andrea for interrupting that report. I was
Nagulat lang si Coach Mike.
completely surprised by that elbow right through the chin of Loristo. And that was a hard one. And this, to your point, might really be upgraded to an unspo.
You see here, Mark Pingles is back inside the court. He wants to motivate his team. He wants to lead their way. He wants to control the inside. Mike Mabulak has been playing good here in the game, but that's going to be a crucial call if that will be an unsportsmanlike.
The offensive foul of Michael Mabulak has upgraded to an unsportsmanlike foul.
It was a good call by the referee. There was a swing.
Elbow straight to the chin.
That was above the head.
Yes.
So that deserves a review.
Well, if there's one thing about this man right here, Loristo, We talked about him all off air. Very similar playoff style with Simon Sandagon, no? Even right here on the way that he takes that free throw.
No, I do remember Simon Sandagon starting out like this, but Coach Jen Loristo can shoot from the outside, so
Oh, yeah?
might be an added skill on the side of Jello.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Because Jello his effective field goal shooting is on the mid-50s.
LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL, talking about looking like Simon Sandagon off that off-ball screen. Don't see Jello Loristo is able to fish for a foul. Is there going to be a challenge? There is going to be on a challenge, the side of Biñan. We're going to break here. We'll have a review.
Upon review, the challenge was successful. There was no foul.
Successful challenge para dito sa Biñan. Right after Coach Q saw Pamboy Raimundo sprint towards Coach Boyet, that's gonna be a clean D. All ball. All ball on the side of Pamboy Raimundo. You see the sprint right there.
Yeah.
Coach, maki-challenge, and this is gonna be a jump. So that's a good challenge coming from Biñan.
At saka ito si Pamboy rin kasi really has the relationship, player-coach relationship with Coach Boyd, and just the trust for that challenge.
Coach Mike, you see here, Coach Boyet really wanting a scorer. They've put in Nick Caballero coming off a medal-winning stint in our Asian Beach Games.
Again, you go back to that slow grind game we were talking about earlier, and you immediately go to a Mark Pingres, who is definitely going to be a load to carry underneath your Jello and you're defending against him.
Ping gets a foul. They keep trying to knock on the door of Basilan. Basilan is playing everything slow. They're playing outside, and they're defending well. Itong Biñan, it's been a struggle here in their home court.
And so far early this season, in the 4 games that Mark Pingres has played, average of roughly about 18 minutes. Not so much of a usage offensively, pero yung shooting niya, it's a very high 80% effective field goal shooting. So anywhere on the field is pretty good. But yung free throw shooting niya is very average, so to speak. It's roughly about 60% from there. And all the bumps and all the contacts really forcing him to take those free throws.
Manny paid the digital wallet built for the community. Ping goes 1 of 2. 49-39. Biñan is still down by 10. Santibuan brings down a basketball, gives it up to Bobby. Bibigay ito kay John Wilson. Ball stop. Pero babalik sa Basilan. Loristo stops and pops. It's a miss. Rebounded by Ping. Nick Caballero is now on the floor the first few minutes of the game, coming off that stint in the 3x3 division. Nick goes post. Ping likes it against Bobby. Fronts up. Ping posts up and gets the foul once again. Is Mark Pingres. They are going to give 2 free throws to Ping. They're going to call it downstairs. There is no free throws for Mark Pingres.
What they're saying is that the foul was before the gather. And so that is not going to be a shooting foul. They're going to have that baseline out of bounds. But I'm sure they are going to try their luck again on that baseline, on that post-up with Mark Pingles.
Nick Caballero now defended by a shorter Robin Ronyo, and Nick Caballero, welcome back. Missed one game to play for the national team. But I was talking to him earlier, sabi ni Nick Caballero, kondisyon to, handa to.
Oh, naman.
And obviously, you see there, Nick Caballero getting the finish.
And he was coming in here with a lot of energy for Biñan. They were pretty high on him, joining, of course, Mark Pingles as well as Mike Mabulak and Warren Bonifacio. Oh, no, player down. Is that Warren? Yeah, it is Warren.
There's going to be a review here. Obviously, whatever the hit is.
This game has slowed down to a grind. All to the liking of Biñan. Look at that jump. Bobby comes in. Warren tries to go for it, and then that hit.
Well, I think it's a foul, but I don't know if it's an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah.
But obviously, this should be on the side of Biñan.
Just should be a regular foul. Because in my opinion, based on what we saw, he really was just trying to brace that bagsak niya sa baba. Oh, and how can we forget? Tomorrow's that Abra game, right?
Yes, that's right.
A belated happy birthday to Coach Jerry Andaleon, one of the assistant coaches of Abra. Happy birthday, Coach.
I do remember Coach Jerry. It was going to be an unsportsmanlike foul, but going back, who remembers Coach Jerry in Zubel.
Yeah,
before.
Zubel. Yeah.
Maybe 2 free throws and ball possession. So this might be a good 6-point swing.
Yeah.
On the side of Biñan.
And so far, ilang possessions na to, we have not gone to the offensive end of Basilan.
First free throw para dito kay Camboy. Gets it. Slowly but surely, Coach, they're inching their way to the lead of Basilan through free throws. Playing hard-nosed. Medyo mabagal, Coach, pero inuunti-unti lang itong Biñan.
Pero that really is more to their liking. Yun ang play style nitong Biñan eh. And so you never can relax against Biñan. You saw that in that series against Quezon. We saw that in that semifinals against Batangas. They are liking this slow grind game.
Camboy get the ball back. There's a 4-0 run in favor of Biñan. They go back to the post to Ping. Kicks it out. Nick Caballero in and out. Kenny comes from the back, but it's Jonel Balzon who wins that matchup. Buroy uses Bobby. Blitz by Ping. Oh, Jonel from the outside. That's long. Numero para dito sa Biñan. Hard drive. Kenny, no whistle. Oh, Bobby cannot get in control. We could have seen the Bobby Balocan slam. We haven't seen that in a while in the MPBL.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody, including Coach Arnold Oliveros, pretty much wanted to see that, but just a little bit rushed on that pass by Puroy Cantimbuan.
Turnover para dito sa Basilan. 6-point lead, still in favor of the steal. Amboy, they go back to this post action.
Post split right now. Yeah, he wants him to clear.
Ping wants the one-on-one. Ping with the bump. No whistle. Jopet Soriano. Offensive rebound and the 2.
Short shot, short rebound. Height has got to play, and you really have to position yourself and be ready for those bumps. And they got that.
The lead is down to 4 here in the third quarter. They swing it over. Long pass. Buroy drives middle. Drops it down. Bobby. Oh, could have been a travel.
Yep.
It's a miss para dito kay Jonel. Matakbo na naman si Kenny. Gives it up to Nick. And a combo.
It's gotta be a
Kenny Rocacurva and Nick Caballero has been working here in the quarter.
You gotta get to a timeout right now. If you're Basilan, you got frozen to 9 points. This is point number 17 in the third quarter, and Biñan on a tear.
Fast break of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
Arguably the 2 quickest guys down on a fast break. You got Kenny and Nick. Just like, that Caloocan game earlier, you got to pick your poison, and both of them very dangerous.
Cabañero only got home last night, but looking like he is well and ready. They cut the lead down to 2. Defend versus reclaim. Tomorrow, a big game in the MPBL. The Abra Solid North Weavers goes up against the home team, San Juan Knights. An exciting ball game for all of us. I'm sure it's going to be a filled venue. So
yeah.
It's a Saturday, it's a weekend, it's a big game. And more importantly, it's free.
Yep, big day tomorrow for the MPBL. You mentioned it earlier, Battle of the Titans. Really, Abra, of course, the defending champions. They've been that basis or the benchmark if you're building a team this year, and to which the San Juan Knights really ramped up that roster and ready for that match against Abra.
Scoring this quarter, coach, 19-9 in favor of Biñan. They have cut the lead all the way down to 2. Tyron Chan in and out. Magkakataon para sa Biñan to get the lead or tie the ball game. Two-man game. They go to Jopet Soriano, and he has been the X factor here in the ball game.
Well, playing alongside Mark Pingris down on the low block provides that mobility, while the strength and the power inside the paint being given by Mark Pingris. Look at him cover every spot that's available. Look at him again help. My goodness. All this energy brought in by Jopet. So good for Coach Boyd and Biñan.
Watch this once again. An early screen by Jopet. A pocket pass, a help side coming from Miles Canyal, but too long, too strong. Jopet Soriano able to finish with that play.
Coaches call that a hot stove screen. Well, you put your hand and then release going downstairs, kind of like parang napaso ka sa hot stove. Kaya you go downhill. And that always has been very efficient, especially on the back pick.
Basilan looking for a guy to step up here in the third quarter. Miles cannot be that guy. Misses. Nick speeds up. Cabañero uses his body. Gets the offensive rebound.
Swing.
14 on the shot clock.
Oh boy, I thought they had Renzo Cebido on that corner 3.
Bamboy using the screen. Drops it over. Drop pass. Drop it with a fake. Not get it. Third chance para dito sa Biñan. Si Jopet pa rin. Punta kay Cebido. Grenade action cannot work. Renzo. Fouled. And almost a basket for Renzo Cebido. But we're loving the energy of the crowd because finally it's a chance for Biñan to get the lead.
Yeah, agree. And almost everything really going through Jopet Soriano right now.
The numbers coach for Jopet Soriano, break it down.
Well, Jopet Soriano so far, let's see his numbers. Oh, we don't have it here.
During the game, Jopet Soriano, 6 points, 6 rebounds, averaging 8 and 6, so almost close to his averages.
Yeah.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph.
And,
Lamang na po ang Biñan dito sa ating laro.
And a pleasant surprise para dito kay Coach Boyd and the performance ni Jopet Soriano.
Bench mob now doing a lot of work defensively. Damian Lasco getting that stop. Bamboy Watson, one-on-one. No, he uses Damian as a screener. Pocket pass. Cabañero. Open. In and out para kay Nick. Davey runs it. Looking for a friend. Cometa open on the wing. Good line. And Gab Cometa silences the crowd here in Biñan.
What a timely make para dito kay Gab Cometa.
That's what he likes, coach.
Fearless.
Big baskets.
Yeah.
Might be one of our better clutch guys and a guy who fears nothing. Pamboy, step side. Pamboy on the outside. It's a miss. Rebounded by Lasco. Babalik kay Pamboy. Shooter shoots. Back-to-back misses. Ping throws it out.
Wow.
Third opportunity para dito sa Biñan. Renzo looking to go post. Attacks JB. Drops it down. Good intention, but Damian Lasco could not get a hand on that basketball.
As I look at the rebounding numbers, this is a plus 11. This is 38 to 27 rebounds for Basilan. But when you see the shot attempts, it's almost close. It's 49 to 48 attempts. What that tells me is that without this offensive rebounding of Biñan, Basilan would be way ahead in terms of attempts. And so these extended possessions for Biñan have really allowed them to either, one, get a closer look for baskets, or two, get fouled and be sent to the line.
24 seconds, a 5-second differential with game and shot clock. They go to Ramirez. Gab Cometa wants to get the best shot possible. Stops, pops, and drops. Once again, 6 straight points for Gab Cometa.
I'm completely sold on Gab Cometa now.
3 seconds on the game clock. Swing it over. Damian Lasco. Short for Damian and Gab Cometa. Big baskets to end the third quarter.
Yeah, huge. Those couple of threes to close out the third quarter. And we talked about him having that audacity not to pass that three in the previous game to JB Casio, but now he's really building something for himself here in the MPBL.
Basilan able to get the lead back, but Biñan able to get a run here and come back in the ball game. They are down by 4, but this is a close ball game we are having, Coach Mike.
Yep, indeed. And much to the liking of our fans, back and forth we go, but a guy named Gab Cometa came in to answer back for Basilan and help this close out so much better for them.
Basilan still up by 4. We're entering our 4th frame.
White House steps back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal. That way is going to even up the game. 9 in the final moments of the game. Can they make magic? White House wins the game.
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph.
Boy, that third quarter was a dramatic comeback for Biñan. Middle of the third where, you know, Ping and Soriano really got into it, and Nick Caballero came in, but a crucial insert latter part of the third with Gab Cometa knocking down those couple of threes. He's got one more on its way. No one too strong.
Biñan was able to get the lead, but Gab Cometa really playing big time to end the third quarter to get the lead back for Basilan by 4, 55 to 51 to start the fourth quarter. John Wilson getting a foul right away.
Yeah. Well, it was a dramatic comeback because entering the third quarter, Biñan was actually trailing 28 to 40 and completely flipped this game with a dominant 23 to 9 quarter. Basilan scored 9 points in the period and went scoreless for quite a while until Gab Cometa really just came in and brought them to 15 points.
Cañero now playing the point guard duties para dito sa Biñan. Not a lot of action. There's a double foul called on Miles Cañal and Mark Pingris. This is the second double foul on Miles Cañal. Earlier with Mike Mabulak, this time around with Mark Pingris. They were trying to position, pero yung denial neto ni Miles Cañal.
Tsaka si Miles rin, hindi rin naman talaga atras yan. You know, he's a warrior in himself. And to be going up against Mark Pinglis, you gotta send that message back also na you cannot just, you know, use your might and your advantage over us.
Kenny with the inbound. Amboy, not a lot of rest. They're giving him a lot of minutes here. Ping, way up top. This is my Kenny curva. They go to Lasco. Ball is tapped by JV Casio with 4 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
I think they got time. 4 seconds, still good.
Coach, their offense has been a little slower. Itong Biñan, they have not been able to get a lot of execution here. That's going to force them into a timeout. Biñan wanting to plan out 57-51 in favor of Steele. Our games tomorrow live at the Payloil Center at San Juan Arena. Parañaque versus Mindoro in the first game. Cebu versus Bataan in the second game. And on our last game, the main game, the Battle of the Titans. Your Abra Solid North Weavers versus your San Juan Knights. A big game. Battle of the big names. Of course, our VIPs in attendance here. Ready na rin tomorrow, yung mga yan. Because I'm sure, Coach, medyo magulo yan sa San Juan bukas.
Magulo dahil ang daming tao.
Yes.
No?
But very exciting ball game. It's going to be the home game of San Juan versus Abra.
And so if you guys are going around that area tomorrow, expect maybe traffic because of guys wanting to see.
Ooh, a perfect executed play coming from Coach Boyet Fernandez. And yes, this is us, excited and enjoying the ball game. Ganito po talaga kami ni Coach Mike kung nag-enjoy kami sa aming mga kino-cover na laro. Of course, ang aming FDC Ton, guwapong-guwapo.
Oh, naman.
Meron pa curva with a steal. He likes to clear out. They want to give it to the post to Ping. One-on-one against Miles. Single coverage, no help. Ping, bump, up. No finish, but it's a foul para kay Ping. 2 free throw. Sinuruan ba yan si Miles Cañal kung paano siya depensahan?
Pag ganun ka nakalapit at kabantayan mo si Pingris, talagang itataas mo na lang ang kamay mo.
The game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. This was the shot clock buzzer beater by Mark Pingris and assisted by Pamboy Raimundo.
You know what my most favorite moment of Mark Pingris inside the paint on a short shot was that Gilas game when the Curse of Korea.
Yes,
remember
that's
that?
right. Way back in 2013.
I think that was the second to the last possession when Jason Castro drove down the middle, had that ball hit the bottom of the board, and Mark Pingris circles around, picks up that ball, and you know, floats it up, and he lets go a huge roar after that made basket.
Kaya pag pinapanood natin, Coach, yung hook shot na yung close to basket, it always gives us a little bit of a throwback memory on that big shot.
Yeah.
This time around, Ramirez, straight line. Oh, way off the right.
Too much to the right.
Nick with the ball.
That's that switch.
A little bit of a play. That's a foul. And it's an unsportsmanlike on Miles Cañal with that second motion. You don't want that. Miles has had a lot of fouls.
I will be surprised if that is not an unsportsmanlike foul. I thought John Wilson did an excellent job of staying on that low block, not allowing that space to be open. And so now Nick, his only choice was to go middle, or to continue to pursue that very small space.
You know, coach, this could be crucial because this could be a 4-point swing.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna be, there you go.
And there's two of them actually.
It is Miles who had that extension. Ayun, yun yung foul.
Yeah.
Yun yung unang pito.
Yep.
And then the second one, there
There's
you go.
three.
That was the slap
Yeah.
on the face of Nick Caballero. Now, coach, if this is an unsportsmanlike foul, this will mean 2 free throws
And the rock.
and ball possession para sa Biñan.
That's
Kaya
right.
medyo malaking possession to and malaking decision coming from referees.
Definitely unspo, without a doubt. He got hit thrice on the face.
The one repeated the last call as
Coupled by
upgrading to
Ramirez,
an unsportsmanlike
and that unsportsmanlike
foul
on Miles.
number 8, Joshua
Oh,
Ramirez.
Oh, they're gonna call it on
I told you.
Joshua Ramirez, the unsportsmanlike foul. So it is the first hit on the face coming from Joshua
Yeah.
Ramirez
Agree.
on the spin move that they're gonna call the unsportsmanlike.
Twice he hit Nick Caballero. And Nick only knew too well that he cannot go to that right side low block because John Wilson has shut that door closed. And so he had to spin down on the middle. And that's when he started getting hit.
The struggles continue on the line. Even Nick Caballero, who is a well-respected free throw shooter, gets 0 of 2. And it's been that kind of a season. Biñan plays well in every aspect of the game except for one statistic, coach.
Free throw?
The free throws.
Yeah. Free throw.
They're under 50%. Renzo.
Spain action
Left.
here.
Nick sees a little space, drives hard.
Oh, that's an offensive foul.
Well-defended play by John Wilson. The veteran closing down on the rookie.
They're asking for a challenge.
I do think, coach, personally, I think that's a charge.
That's a charge, definitely.
Well read, timed well, absorbed contact. Kita mo yung respeto, inapira na lang ni
Oo.
John Wilson si Nick Caballero. I got you, kid. Balik tayo dito. Casio fouled by Kenneth Ocacurva. These are the short spurts of JV Casio. He plays 3 minutes, gets out, plays 3 minutes, gets out. And then they keep it fresh for the final few minutes of the ball game.
Yeah, kind of like how they were managing the minutes of Alex Cabagnot when he was playing last season, although Alex played a little bit longer in the fourth quarters. But, you know how JV Casio can definitely make shots. Maybe, years, a lot of playing years already, but never short of his shooting arm.
So Ocacurva and Pingres will get a rest here. Carlo Lastimosa going back in the ball game alongside Mike Mabulak. So a little smaller on the side of Biñan. Subido, Lastimosa, Damian Lasco, Nick Caballero, and Mike Mabulak. Casio on the first free throw makes it. One of the best free throw shooters in the country in JV Casio. From San Beda to Lasal to Gilas, all the way to the MPBL. Extreme ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. JV Casio smooth on that stroke, extends the lead to 6.
No problem right there making those free throws.
59-53 still in favor of Basilan. Lastimosa gets the basketball. 1-on-1. Can't find a friend. Caballero, a lot of space for Nick. Good line for Nick Caballero.
Well, being more involved now on the offensive end, Nick Caballero continues what he's done latter part of the third quarter. Another good bucket right there for Nick.
7 points in the ball game for Nick Caballero, all coming in the second half. Foul on Mike Mabula. Watch it again, coach.
Well, little in and out, eventually finding Nick Caballero. He was actually also looking at Mike Mabulak underneath. Kaya biglang umalis si Mike, and so he had to go weak side of the floor and have Nick make that decision.
This is going to hurt Biñan, though. It's still 7 minutes remaining the ball game. They are already in penalty. So every foul will mean free throws on the side of Basilan.
And I clearly understand when you say this is going to be tough for Biñan because Basilan's been pretty good at the free throw.
2 for 2 para dito kay John Wilson. Nick goes down. Nick looking for a friend. Goes to Damian Lasco. Mike Mabulak hands it off to Carlo. They go under the screen and Carlo makes them pay. 12 points for Carlo Lastimosa. A turnover for John Wilson. Renzo gives it to a cutting Mike Mabulak. The rim run is successful for Mike.
Well, it might be the fastest couple of possessions, in succession para dito sa Biñan. They normally will slow grind this game, but right there, very quick into the front court.
Game is tied at 61. McCoy drives hard. That might be last touch on McCoy. Yun na nga, babalik ang bola para dito sa Biñan Tatakgel.
Right. See that shot right there. Medyo napaatras yung depensa na yon, and that was all the space in the world that he needed. And then this quick turnover. Renzo feeding Mike Mabulak. Again, right there, that lane, pretty accurate in Mike Mabulak.
Nick drives on the next play. Right hand on the left side. No good for Nick Caballero. 6 minutes remaining in the ball game. We are tied at 61. Drop pass. Couldn't get in control. Tumatakbo na naman ang Biñan. Caballero fouled. 2 free throws para kay Nick. Quality minutes in the second half. Coach Boyet looking to rest him. Coming off his 3x3 stint, getting the silver medal in the Asian Beach Games. Originally, their plan was to rest Nick Caballero, but in the second half, they decided to use him, now providing a lot of quality minutes. 7 points for Nick Caballero.
And since he came in latter part of the third quarter, things have resulted better for Nick Caballero. Of course, we have to acknowledge the effort of Soriano earlier, being part of that run. Not really on the offensive end, but really just that energy and involvement in their actions, creating confusion defensively for Basilan.
This is not something we're used to. Nick Caballero is 0 out of 5 from the line. It's not really a normal sight to see.
Yeah.
Marcos pops out, drives.
Wow.
McCoy Marcos with a strong finish.
What a finish by McCoy.
Cotto Villarias pulling down. And this is also penalty on the side of Basilan. So there's only 2 free throws. Pero coach, di naman ulit natin to. Jab step, 2 dribbles. Strong attack. McCoy Marcos.
Classic McCoy. Yan yung mga gusto ni McCoy. Mga short dribble. And maybe a couple of ball on the deck situation and then attack.
2 free throws para dito kay Carlo Lastimosa. The struggles continue on the side of Biñan. They are 10 of 20. And these free throws, coach, these have been a big factor their whole season.
Yeah. And which is why I said I have to agree with you, because ang ganda ng free throw shooting performance nitong Basilan, and thankfully nakabawi itong si Carlo Lastimosa.
They're lucky enough that they will keep the ball alive, getting that second chance opportunity. And they tied the ball game back at 63. Cielo Loristo hands it off. John Wilson was fishing for a foul, could not find it. It's a turnover para sa Basilan.
That was just a tough save for Puroy Kantimbuhan.
Manny Page with digital wallet built for the community. A close game we are having here. Your Labor Day game day is going to be finished with a nice one. Nick using the Mike Mabulak screen. They give it up to Carlo. A little push ball, Mike. Space for Nick Caballero. Good line, but short. Rebounded by Buroy. Want to set things up here. He asked for an early screen. Rejects the screen. Skip pass. McCoy. Long. Rebounded by Nick Caballero. Doubled by John. Gives it up kay Renzo. They push the ball.
Carlo.
Stops. Pops. Short. Second chance once again. Nick Caballero.
Well, Nick Caballero been that catalyst here able to sustain the energy, staying active. A missed shot by Carlo Lastimoso. But who was there to pick it up? Nick Caballero, fresh off 3x3, just came in. Didn't really have any plans of playing today, but Coach Boyd says, we need you, Nick.
Nick Caballero, you know, to be young again and fresh, Nick Caballero. Bawal mapagod para sa kanya, providing a lot of needed energy. And the first free throw make the fans go wild because he has been 0 out of 5 before that free throw.
Yeah, to put things into context, he's actually played a couple of games, pero he's gone only to the line once in those first 2 games. This is actually his third game.
Very interesting.
And so that is his first made free throw so far this season.
Meta stops, pops, and drops for Gab Meta. This guy has no quit in him.
Solid, fearless Gab Cometa.
Carlo Lastimosa has the basketball here. 3 minutes 50 remaining in the ball game. Carlo drives left, gets a pop. Carlo, big shot for Carlo Lastimosa.
So far, the 1-2 punch of Biñan has been Carlo and Nick. And that one's a foul. And they did not want that foul because really good free throw shooting by Basilan. See this move right here. Got that separation going left side on a step back for Carlo. Probably one of his favorite shots. And you know, he always loves to put the ball on the floor with his left hand and makes decisions off of it.
Interesting 5 here, coach, by Biñan. They are going to play small ball. Mike Mabulak at the 5, but Caballero, Lastimosa, Subido at the 1, and Kenny Rocacurva. So a different kind of Biñan, coach. We're used to Biñan playing tall all the time.
Yeah.
This time around, they're going to go a little small.
Tayong dalawa, we knew that this is going to be in the latter part of the game. You know, dahan-dahan, grind-out game. Look at that. The free throws really coming into play here.
Nick using his time here. Wants a one-on-one against Luristo. Kicks it out. Kenny, speed advantage. Kenny Rocacurva gets the finish. 70-67 in favor of Biñan. Roro. It's an unsportsmanlike foul on Mike Mabulak. That's going to be number 2.
And he's out of here. That's his second unsportsmanlike foul. If this, does hold, and Coach Boyet, falling to his knees, cannot believe that unspo.
It's not a good time for you to get an unsportsmanlike foul, but let's watch this here first. Kenny Rocacurva, well challenged by his former teammate Tyrone Chan.
Yeah.
And on the next play, the landing spot. Well, to be fair, coach, medyo umiwas naman si Mike, but his rhythm was really going forward.
Yeah. But you have to give him that cylinder space to land safely.
Now, for me, coach, personally, I think it's a foul, but it's not an unsportsmanlike.
Could be.
Could be a good case for that.
Yeah.
But still, it's going to be an important decision for our referees.
At least, maybe just a regular foul, and then so that he gets to stay in the game. How many fouls does he have? Oh, that's number 4. So if this does go, most probably that's going to be his 5th, and he still should be done.
Well, still a lot of bigs on the side of Biñan. Substitute Jopin Soriano is playing terrific. Bing is playing well. We know the capabilities of Wared Bonifacio and Jaymar Gimpayan, just a little hit.
Yeah.
But we do know that he can still provide. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike on Mike Mabulak. That's going to be number 2.
Upon review, it was an
That will mean goodbye
number 31
for Mike Mabulak.
I guess either way, he was definitely going to foul out because he already had 4 personal fouls, and he's going to get his 5th, and he'll be out of here. But the big question now, if this is a couple of unsportsmanlike fouls, that should mean suspension on the next game.
8.6 rebounds para dito kay Mike Mabulak.
We have had so far a total of 66 possessions for both these teams. And the points per possession really stands about close to 1. And so this is definitely a Biñan type of game. Fewer possessions, slower pace, getting more to the line.
Interesting substitution. They go for Mark Pingres in the final 3 minutes of the ball game. So it's going to be the veteran that will provide quality minutes in the end game. This will hurt because Robin Ronyo is a very stable free throw shooter, and they will get the ball back after this. Coach Arnold still in focus here. John Wilson getting a well-deserved rest. Basilan will counter the small ball with their small ball of their own.
But genius move here. Everybody's really good free throw shooter. So anyone that Biñan fouls, they'll end up with a really good free throw shooter.
Everybody's a shooter as well. The side of Basilan. They tried to go for that flare screen. Won't work. Pamboy Raimundo will sub in for Renzo Subido. Quality minutes provided by Renzo Subido. 4 seconds on the shot clock para dito sa Basilan.
Gotta get a quick one here.
Give it up. Wilson with a lot of space. Step through by Wilson. Long for John. Rebounded by Carlo Lastimosa.
That was a risky one. He had enough space to take that three.
Yeah, he actually had the line, coach.
Oh, totoo. He did.
Kenny, they slow things down. Biñan likes this slow kind of a ball game. Nick against John Wilson. Spins.
Oh my.
Nick Caballero just a little short. That was open for Nick Caballero.
Wow. Would you expect Nick Caballero to be missing that close? The left lane completely wide open for him. Put that on the right, try to finish with the left. Medyo nakalean lang ng konti, sobras pakaliwa.
With the Pamboy this time around. They go back to Nick. He drives once again. This time around on the right side. Kenny Rocakurva out of nowhere. Where did he come from, Coach Mike?
We talked about the versatility of Nick Caballero, but we totally forgot that Kenny Rocakurva too is an athletic player. And I feel this is a very solid 5.
Coach, you look at the screen. Hindi nga kita si Kenny Rocakurva, surprising everybody, even our cameraman.
Grabe, I mean,
Kenny with a free throw.
And you have Nick Caballero, Kenny Rocakurva, and Carlo Lastimosa, very capable and athletic wing guys. And then you have a solid 5 in Mark Pingres and a heady point guard in Pamboy Raimundo, all on the floor.
One possession ball game. It's a turnover for Robin Ronyo. 3 versus 1. Carlo gives it up. Kenny Rocakurva back to back. Last 2 minutes is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
You gotta be careful now not to turn the ball over.
Kenny Rocakurva here in the ball game. 11 points and 10 rebounds. Gab gives it to Toto. He's trying to go for a pick and pop. Almost a turnover. Tyrone, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Nowhere to go. Ball is loose.
Oh my.
It's a foul on Gab Cometa.
Well, this is what, 3 consecutive turnovers already?
Execution has not been to the side of Basilan, coach, here in the end game.
Yeah, they've been trying to find free teammates. That was a clear fumble by Ronyo, and it was off to the races with Carlo feeding Kenny Rocakurva. No way you're stopping that.
22 free throws para dito kay Pamboy Raimundo. A chance for them to extend this to a 3-possession ball game.
Scoring this quarter, 24 versus 15. Biñan definitely taking over.
And Coach Biñan is doing this. They're scoring late on every shot clock, but they're still able to score 24 points.
Yes, because the first 2 quarters were 20 and 20 scoring quarters for Basilan, but you come back in the 3rd and the 4th, especially that quick run, latter part of the 3rd where you had Nick Caballero getting involved. Now it's a 23-24 quarter for Biñan, outscoring Basilan here in the second half.
And when it matters the most, Biñan is making their free throws. They've made the last 3. Pamboy goes 1 for 2. Medyo nabate. I'm sorry, Biñan.
Well, sabi niya, biglang early entry dun si Makoy Marcos eh.
2-possession ball game in favor of Biñan. Toto. Straight line but long. Rebounded by Ping. Strong rebound coming from your Gilas veteran. Nick gets the basketball.
Gotta get it past.
It's a foul. I think it's going to be...
That was a bailout.
Yeah, the foul was first. You know, if that was 1 second behind, Coach, that would have been an 8-second violation.
Yeah, which is exactly what Coach Arnold probably is trying to contest. That clock, the 8-second violation was almost there, and then that foul got called.
Referee Alan Manzano will review this. It's going to be a very huge decision, but
Yeah.
yes, the foul was on the 17-second mark. So
Correct.
that will hurt the side of Basilan. One free throw will put this into a 3-possession ball game with 1 minute and 13 remaining in the ball game. The bench of Biñan all standing up. Warren Bonifacio, Jopet Soriano. Nick Caballero. First free throw. Good for Nick Caballero.
Which is why at the top of the coverage we were discussing about yung bagal ng laro na more gusto nitong Biñan. And so if you're going up against these guys, you got to be ready to close out games with a lot of physicality and be very efficient on the line.
1 of 2 for Nick Caballero. Casio for the 3 to the left for JV Casio. Biñan, this is their specialty, Coach. Slowing down the ball game.
This is what, in my opinion, almost beat Quezon in that very
Yes.
first game in that South Division Finals.
That is a
right?
great point, Coach.
Right.
That is a great point.
Had Mark Pingris not made that shot, as you see a 3 make here by Pamboy, that's just really icing on the cake for Coach Boyet and Biñan.
And that will seem to put the period on the sentence. Pamboy Raimundo. Let's watch this again. Few seconds on the shot clock, just a little space to take that 3, but Pamboy knows what he was about to do.
Yeah. Clearly a good decision by Pamboy to take that 3 and make it.
Pamboy Raimundo all of a sudden extending the lead to 10 with only 40 seconds remaining in the ball game. Defend versus reclaim, the big game tomorrow at the Philoel Eco Center in San Juan. It's Abra Solid North Weavers versus the San Juan Knights. JV Casio, 1 step in, it's short. And this is the ball game. What a comeback, Coach.
Yeah.
Para dito sa Biñan.
And once that 3-point land became dry, it was pretty much a tough game.
Oh, what a huge factor Nick Caballero was, Coach. They were looking to rest him in the ball game. They were down by double digits, but Nick Caballero, big third quarter.
Yeah. Actually, kanina I got to talk to Nick, and he was asking Coach Boyet if, because he just came off that game, that 3x3 game, he was actually asking to work from home. No, you're not working from home. You're working on site. You gotta do your thing on the floor.
Nick Caballero really providing a lot of big things. But Coach, what did Biñan do for them to mount a comeback?
Well, they kept being steady. You know, that's the important thing for them. And really a hard-earned game and win for Biñan.
Our player of the game, well-deserved. You see the thank you by Nick Caballero, the hands with the teammates.
Yep.
The Thank you for the trust. The Coach Boyet, our player of the game, is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Coach, let's talk about Nick Cabañero.
11 points in 15 minutes of action. Came in latter part of the third quarter, shot 4 out of 12. He was only 2 out of 8 from the free throw line, but the timing on those made points really told on the result of this game, and without a doubt, the best player tonight.
Providing the hustle for the muscle is Nick Cabañero, well-deserved as the player of the game honors. Providing late energy, was able to step up big time in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And eventually was able to get the victory. Right now, Nick is with our courtside, Andre Andisio.
Maraming salamat, Juanito. First of all, congratulations. Nick, you just came from China for that 3x3 competition. Dumating ka dito nang walang ensayo with the team for the past days. And balita ko, hindi mo alam kung makakalaro ka tonight o hindi. But here you are, showing up and stepping up big time para sa Biñan.
First and foremost, thank you, Lord, for this win. Thank you, coaches and teammates, for trusting me. Stay ready lang talaga ako eh. Binigay ko lang yung best ko. Kung gaano kaliit or kalaki yung minutes ko, stay ready lang ako for Biñan.
Napakalaki nang nai-contribute mo in that second half. Actually, majority sa inyo, ibinigay nyo lahat nitong second half ng game. Ano bang sinabi ni Coach Boyet during that halftime that made you guys step up?
Nag-start talaga sa defense eh. Doon talaga kami nanalo. Yung mga 50-50 balls din, as much as possible, kailangan namin makastop against Basilan. I know Basilan is a good team as well. Tulungan lang talaga kami. We played as a team.
Very well said. Do you have any greetings or shoutouts? Go ahead.
Shoutout kay Boss Robenta ng Beast Motorcycle Tires, Mega Wagi, Boss Said Ano Nuevo, Mayor Gelolante, and of course, Boss Monching Talisayon. And huwag natin kalimutan yung family ko from Cebu. And happy birthday sa tatay ko pala para bukas. Advance happy birthday pa sa mama ko, sa family ko, yung brothers ko na andito ngayon sa Manila, yung family ng girlfriend ko, and of course, yung girlfriend ko na nanonood dito. And of course, hindi natin kakalimutan yung taga-suporta natin sa buong Biñan community.
Thank you so much. Once again, that was Nick Cabañero, our best player of the game, brought to us by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Andrea. Congratulations, Nick Cabañero. Happy birthday to your dad tomorrow. And talking about tomorrow, tuloy-tuloy tayo sa ating aksyon tomorrow. And of course, the big game later on, Abra versus San Juan, which will be the main game tomorrow. Going to be live at the Phil Oil Eco Center in San Juan. And we do hope to see you tomorrow. For our director, Direct Freddy, for my partner, Coach Mike, for our courtside, Andrea Andisio, this is Juanito Gregorio saying thank you and see you tomorrow in San Juan. This is the MPBL, ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino.